Well, at the time, I didn't know the cameras were on. I, after the sentencing, I saw Amber's family leave the room, and along with Amber, and we left and came back. Upon coming back, I didn't think any cameras would be on. I thought it was over because we have the conviction, we have the sentencing, and I was asked to. They asked all of us, any of us who wanted to do the is it called? Victim impact statement, and that's when I came up and I said, I'll do it. And then I was called, and not knowing the attention it would get, but I did it. I said what I had to say. I meant what I said, and I thank God that I got the courage to say it.
It's important to note that, and Brandon's told me before, that 2 minutes before he gave the impact statement, he wasn't giving any statement. And then 2 minutes later, he was on the in the witness box, speaking his heart to the person who murdered his brother. It showed incredible bravery, but it wasn't something done for show. And I think that's the reason it's connected so well all over the country.
Hey, what's going on, fam? So, another quick video. First of all, let me say that clip you just saw was obviously the brother of Botham John trying to explain, and their family lawyer trying to explain, um, you know, what the disgusting behavior that he showed in the courtroom, or that they all showed as a family, but especially him. They've been doing a lot of explaining. First of all, uh, Botham John's mom tried to come out and explain. Plus, she was talking out of both sides of her mouth, talking about the corruption. But then, oh, I forgive you. No, you don't sit up here and get to say people are corrupt and then turn around and do the forgiving. So the mom's playing both sides of the fence. The dad's talking about, I want to be Amber's friend, and that's the way I raised my son to be a Sambo, and I'm proud that he's a Sambo. Of course, I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. Uh, but we all know why they're explaining. It's because black people, black society, a lot of us, thanks to the new black media, have been educated by the new black media. But black society is out here holding them accountable. It's calling this out because we're becoming more and more woke as a people, which I'm happy that we are. Uh, our message is getting more and more spread among black people, and more of us are starting to wake up, truly wake up, not fake woke, not fake Democrat liberal woke, but truly woke. Um, a lot of us are getting truly woke to the games of white supremacy. And what I want to do real quick is I want to do two things. First, I want to talk about Sleazy Merrit, and you're going to see why I call him Sleazy Merrit in just a moment. That's the uh, lawyer whose Twitter profile or tweets you'll see up as a screenshot on his video. Um, but I want to talk about both this splaining and the lawyer, uh, just because it's about time to talk about both these topics. So first thing I want to do is I want to replay just the audio this time. Of course, you saw the video at the beginning of this video, but now I want to play the audio and comment a little bit on the audio. So let's play it again.
Well, at the time, I didn't know the cameras were on. After the sentencing, I saw Amber's family leave the room, and along with Amber, and we left and came back. Upon coming back, I didn't think any cameras would be on. I thought it was over because we have the conviction, we have the sentencing, and I was asked to. They asked all of us, any of us who wanted to do the victim impact statement, and that's when I came up and I said, I'll do it.
All right, fam. So let's listen to that part one more time.
Victim impact statement, and that's when any of us who wanted to do the victim impact statement, and they asked all of us, any of us who wanted to do the victim impact statement, and that's when I came up and I said, I'll do it. And then was asked to. They asked all of us, any of us.
All right.
because we have the conviction, we have the sentencing, and I was asked to. They asked all of.
Stop right there. So that's what I was kept trying to replay. And my bad, I know that kind of went over. But listen to what he said. That was a Freudian slip. He said, I was asked to, and then he stopped himself and said, we were asked to. All of us, any of us. So he started covering it. Yes, it is normal in a courtroom for victims to give the victim impact statement, but in this case, this is where the white supremacy orchestration was coming in. Because lawyers like Sleazy Merrit, the dude who you saw speak at the end of the video, who stepped up after the son stepped up and spoke. First of all, Professor Black Truth has been calling this dude out ever since he was kind of virtue signaling about the R. Kelly case, and I give props to Professor Truth. But that's the dude who stood up, and these lawyers, what they do is they get up here and they negotiate settlements with the white supremacists. But the catch to these settlements are a lot of times is you have to show forgiveness and you have to put on these buck dancing displays that we not only see the Botham Jean family do, but a lot of the other families do. And I want to further illustrate that by looking at his tweets. So that's why we have Botham. Well, actually, you know what? Before I even continue to look at his tweets, because as you can see, it'll be up there on the. It's up here on the screen. So um, let me finish playing the video without interruption.
But any of us who wanted to do the victim impact statement.
Oh yeah, fam. So let me pause right there. Also notice, remember during the video how he was all looking. He kept looking to the lawyer, almost like for clues or for help, because he was like lost. Like he was told what to say, and like once he got up there, he was nervous and he couldn't really remember if he was saying everything correctly. So he kept kind of like side eyeing the lawyer who was standing beside him, like, "Am I on the right track? Am I on the right track?" But anyway, let's continue.
That's when I came up and I said, I'll do it. And then I was called, and not knowing the attention it would get, but I did it. I said what I had to say. I meant what I said. And I thank God that I got the courage to say it.
Again, so and noticing how he's emphasizing I meant it and all this stuff, because they know, based on thanks to us in black society, they know the backlash is that we know you're being fake. We know you're being fraudulent. We know if it was a black person who had killed Botham, you would not be doing all this crap. That's why he had to say, I meant it. I meant it. I did not know the cameras was around. Motherfucker, you knew the cameras was on. You knew the press was there all the time. You can see when the red light is on. Quit playing, dude. He kept trying to play, I didn't know the cameras was on anymore. I thought the cameras was off. I thought everything was over. No, they wasn't, dude. It wasn't over. Everybody knows that the cameras was on when you were doing that damn testimony. So you're lying, and I can see that you're coached by that lawyer. That's why you kept looking to your side eyeing that lawyer. And family, this is disgusting, but really this is the essence of why I'm making this video. Is we need to be aware of these trick bag, scumbag lawyers, because Sleazy Merrit, he has been out here on social media for a while acting like he was grassroots, like he was down for the cause. And he did seem like it. But I guess that's how Benjamin Crump came on the scene too. What we have is these so quote unquote token ass civil rights lawyers who represent these families. And what all they do, and what you notice is they keep getting to represent these families over and over, even though they don't get justice for any of these families. They don't ensure a conviction for any of these families. And they're not the prosecutors. So why are they even representing the family? And for what? They're settlement lawyers. They are settlement lawyers, and what they come in the picture to do is to negotiate a settlement for the families, a check. But the white supremacists always attach conditions to the check. And that's that you need to go out there and act like a goddamn coon. And these lawyers are the intermediaries for that exchange between the families and the white supremacists. And that's why I want to talk about this damn coon. And again, I keep getting ready to jump ahead of myself. But anyway, you saw his little splaining at the end. Um, the sleazeball Merrit. His real name is S Lee Merrit, but sleazeball Merrit is what I call him. Uh, you saw him getting at the end talking about how you know it came from the heart, and that's notice how they kept authentic, emphasizing that it came from the heart, and that's why I connected with people. It was authentic and it was brave and all this stuff. Just repeating the same trick back on. This is the same brother who really came off as if he was on code. He really came off as if he was on code, especially on social media. He's Mr. Pro Black on social media. And that's why I want to look at his tweets. So let's look at this dude's tweets. Let's look at the first tweet that I'm talking about. So he put Botham's brother is teaching the nation the difference between justice and mercy. The justice system should have given Amber Geiger more time. This is just empty disclaimers to say I'm still on code. Just it's like when you say with all due respect, but and then you disrespect the person right after you say with all due respect. That's what this is. This is coon signaling like I'm on code, but I'm a and then they say something coonish. They say something off code. That's all this is. That's what this is. It's the same thing with the reparations movement in ADOS. You remember a lot of times when people are about to speak against reparations, especially the Pan Africans, they say I'm for reparations, but that's what this dude is saying. That's what all the coons are saying. I think the sentence was too low, but I think the sentence was too low, but and then they start to coon. It's just a fake signaling to say to give you cover to coon. Say, hey, I'm about to coon, so let me put out this advertisement that I'm not a coon before I start to coon. The justice system should have given Amber Geiger more time. That is where her actions deserve. Brant, however, was willing to extend to her forgiveness and love despite her actions as mercy. Again, this is low key praise. That's mercy. We need to understand just all this fake emotionalism that's trying to play on black people's emotions so we can be manipulated into going along with murder and letting people off based on some fake Christian forgiveness, which is extremely dangerous to us and genocidal to us. And forgive me, I'm upset, but this dude, S Lee Merrit, is putting our lives in danger with his coonery for a bag. You can get a bag without putting people's lives in danger, and that's what you're doing, sleazeball Merrit. And anybody who follows me on this channel, I don't really have access to Twitter because I keep getting suspended over and over. And now they want my phone number, and I won't give it to them, so that's why I haven't been signing on to my Twitter account. So if y'all don't mind, put this video in the comment section of Sleazeball Merritt's tweets. I'll probably put his link to his Twitter account in the video description. But people, they need to know that we see through them. Now, I will say that shout out to Tariq. Like I said, I shouted out Professor Black Truth for calling this dude out in general before. But shout out to Tariq Nasheed because he called out this dude on the tweet. And because Tariq and other people called out this dude on Twitter, he followed it up with the next tweet. And this next tweet says, the family hired me to help them get justice. That's my role. They get to search their own hearts and go to God on the issue of mercy. It's a different equation. So now he's trying to explain. Just like that whole press conference, the whole purpose of it was for splaining. Otherwise, there was no purpose for it. Do you say what you needed to say? Why are you getting up here and doing some weird explaining press conference? Except that you know that your actions look bad. You know how openly and obviously coonish you look right now. And that's the same thing that he knew on Twitter. He's trying to fake explain, so he's trying to say, oh, all I did was help them get justice. That's my role. They get to search their own hearts. I had nothing to do with it. He's basically trying to say, I had nothing, I wasn't the, because he knows people are starting to speculate and connect the dots that he's a settlement coon. Because otherwise, why he's there? He's not a prosecutor. He can't secure a conviction for Amber Geiger. So why is he there? Why is he representing the family? The family's not on trial. None of them, Botham Jean's brother, his mom, his dad, none of them were in danger of going to prison because of what happened to Botham. So why is he representing them? Why is he their lawyer? Because he's a settlement bag lawyer. And this tweet is a way of him trying to deny that he's a settlement bag lawyer without even acknowledging that people are putting those pieces together, because those who don't know, who haven't put the pieces together, that he's a settlement bag lawyer, he doesn't want to put out denials of it and then that will start to plant the seed in people's heads who weren't even thinking that he was a settlement bag lawyer. They'll say, wait, why is he defending himself against claims he's a settlement lawyer? Oh, wait, he might be a settlement lawyer. So people who weren't even thinking about that, they might start thinking about that if his apology or his backtracking, his backpedaling admits that he's defending himself against being a settlement bag lawyer. So basically all he's saying is, oh, I'm just here. I'm just out here. But dude, just the last tweet before, you was out here saying, oh, it's justice and mercy is extraordinary. You was out here basically praising that coonery. And when you got called out for it on Twitter, now you're trying to act like you had nothing to do with it. But just a second ago, you were praising it. Now you have nothing to do with whether or not they forgave. But the fact that they forgave, but the fact that they did forgive, you're jumping out here praising it, knowing that it's off code. Even though on Twitter in his comments, if you go through more of his Twitter, you'll see on his Twitter he's trying to insinuate that he didn't agree with the inappropriate displays of forgiveness. He's trying to pretend like he didn't agree with it. And so he's trying to say, oh, well, I didn't really agree, but it wasn't my place to tell them whether or not they should grieve. So I just did my part, which was help them get justice. That's my role, and I stepped back on the grieving part. No, Coon, you went out there. First of all, you caped for the cooning. You fake low-key praised it like all these fake white supremacists are praising that fake mercy crap. And you're explaining for them. You went out and you explained on that press conference how it was all real and genuine, and that's why it's quote unquote connected with people, but it didn't connect with a lot of people. It angered a lot of people, especially black people. But fam, that's really why I wanted to make this video. This video is going on longer than I intended, but it's just me breaking down this dude, Sleazeball Merrit. That's what he is. He's a sleazeball. He's a slime ball. He's a coon. He's a settlement bag coon, and we need to know that. Just like when Benjamin Crump, as soon as Benjamin Crump comes around the family of a victim of white supremacy, red alert. Somebody's going to get off. There's a trick bag. There's something in this for white supremacy. Now it's the same thing with S Lee Merrit, or Sleazeball Merrit, as I call him. As soon as you see this dude on the scene, something's up. The fix is in. Red flags. Somebody in white supremacy is about to benefit off this dude's presence. Red alert when this dude comes on the scene. White supremacy. This dude is an agent of white supremacy. Red alert when S Lee Merrit, Sleazeball Merrit, comes on the scene. Because he is working and in cahoots with the white supremacists. And he's just proving that with this Botham Jean case. But anyway, fam, that's it. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.